Ready or not, here we come. Ready or not, here we come. Ready or not, here we come. Oh, ready or not, here we
Are we
come.
on?
Oh, ready or not, here we come. And we are live.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
How's everybody doing out there?
It is a beautiful day. Is everybody happy today? I hope everybody's happy today.
Hope everybody's having a good day. How's your weather over there, Chris? It looks sunshiny.
Well, it's cloudy. It's sunny one
Okay,
minute and dark the next.
that's kind of what's going on here. It was
So
sunny
yeah,
just a little bit ago. Then I got right here and it's like, well, it's dark all of a sudden.
yep.
So I'm trying to find you on Facebook here, but
Okay, no worries. It's all good,
there we
man.
go.
It is all
It's good. Hold
good.
on, let me plug it up for a second.
It's all good. It's all good. So we are here on a Monday. It's a beautiful Monday. Crypto Joe, Crypto Chris, here to talk to you guys and just kind of see how your week is getting started. For those of
Hey,
you,
everybody.
exactly. For those of you who missed my post this morning, we have a week challenge. Looking for the good in everything. Push past all the negative. Push past all the negative. So that's kind of what we're talking about doing, and that's what we're going to be doing, and that goes for everything. That goes for your personal life. I mean, like for instance, I'm going to pick on Joe for a second. His daughter went back to school today, so she's probably seeing that as a negative. So we're going to push right on past that, and then we've got Bitcoin and the altcoins that are bouncing around and just kind of floating, and not really taking a climb the way most people would like. But you know what? They also didn't tank, and we also still have Bitcoin. So there's lots to push past than that negative, right? And so
That's,
I want everybody to start looking for the positive in everything. There is a positive in everything. You have to find it.
that's true. Got to find the positive and everything. Sometimes tough, though. But what are you going to do? It's just kind of some things work, some things don't work. When they don't work, quit doing it. You know,
That's exactly
um,
right.
about all I got on that topic. Sorry.
It's all
I'm
good,
a little
brother.
flat today.
It's all
Sorry.
good.
I just, yeah. Yeah.
So we've been in and out. We've been working on a lot of different things, and as everyone knows, you know, we we've had quite a bit of training. Looks like the idea behind the training is all great, is all good. Don't want anybody to get too bogged down or too what is the word I'm looking for? Uh, uh, Clamped
Overloaded.
down. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta look for what works for you. You gotta engage in what works for you. You can't do everything. Okay, so don't try to do everything. Pick what works for you, or if you make a connection with someone, stick with that person, get everything they got, right, before you move somewhere else. Because you can put too much stuff in the pot and you can get confused, and the next thing you know, you don't know what you're doing. So,
Right.
yeah. So today is the day we said we were going to go back into a little bit of day trading, and we said we were going to do it whether we were ready to or not. And we were going to
Yeah.
do it whether we made a
Exactly.
good decision or not. So by the end of the
Yeah.
week, we should have some thoughts on that, whether we pulled the trigger on the right or the wrong, or whatever. Because um, you know it is one of those things where you have to be involved in it, or you can't learn the next step. You can't
That's true.
mentally, subconsciously take the next step. So just want to make sure that everybody understands that and is on board. And so, Joe, what happened this weekend? Did you have a good weekend, man? You had to do a little bit of traveling, right?
Yeah. I want to get my older daughter, my
Mm-hmm.
Gentry, my oldest one. She's 14.
And
So she's here for about a week or so.
oh,
She starts school a lot later,
yeah.
like end of the month. But so she's here. I guess she's having fun. I mean, they don't eat much stuff. Like I thought I was gonna be able to get up and make breakfast. Like, you want breakfast? Not really.
No, and they're not going
Well,
to
what do you
cook you
want? So I made some
breakfast
ramen
either.
noodles. Yeah, that happens too. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, no, thanks.
Nope, they're
But
not.
yeah, everything's pretty good. In house, playing with the dog, playing with the kids. They're not playing with kids, but hanging out with them.
Right,
About it. Kind
right.
of, I do a little work here and there.
Hmm.
I took it easy this weekend. Yesterday,
Good
I
for
was pretty
you.
much offline all day. I don't think I
Good for you.
really, but
Perfect.
just
Well,
hanging out.
I know I'm kind of going back to the positive and negative thing, but I do want to do that for just a minute. The putting positive in your stew pot is going to bring you a lot better realities. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, quite simply put, I mean that the more negative stuff you're putting into something, or the more negative that you're acknowledging, the less positive things are going to come around, and the less positive you're going to be. So, for instance, this, we got the pool ready, right? It has rained every day since we got the pool ready. We have not been able to use the pool, but the positive in that is it's up, right? It's clean.
Right.
It's not turning green.
That's
We're
all
able
extra
to
water.
stay ahead of everything in that arena, and it's ready when we can use it. So that's the positive. Okay. Now I could dwell on the
Exactly.
fact of we hadn't been able to use the pool since we opened it and cleaned it and blah 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 blah, and I could really get all worked up in that, and I'm just not going to go there because it is not it is not where we are intended to be. See, our energy was intended to stay in the good. When we get pulled down, when we feel that tug downward or backwards or any of that, that's against what we were created to be. So just remember that. When you don't feel good, you're going against what you were created to be, and that's not where you want to be. I promise you.
Exactly.
So,
Right.
um, you know, it's a beautiful thing. I want to shout out to Miss Patty. She's on the call today, and I'll get off of the positive and negative after I shout out Patty. Patty had gotten left out of an exclusive group that we're in, and for some reason, somehow, some way, she just had been omitted. And I realized it this morning and threw her in there, and I apologized. And her words were to me, I said to her, "I don't know how you were admitted," and her words to me were, "No worries, I'm in here now." And I was like, see, that's the positive. Way to go. Love that.
Which one?
Cryptogenics community.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
So, yeah.
She's in the big crypto room, though, right?
Yes.
The corporate room.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes. So, that's another thing. And then crypto. Let's talk sincerely crypto for a minute. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. You need to be reading. You need to be reading. You need to be watching. I wouldn't pay as much attention to television and newsprint as I would pay attention to actual crypto specific type of news. Okay, and the reason that I say that is
Source.
because what's that, sir?
The crypto news sources that we always go to, pretty much. What you want to pay attention to.
Right.
Anything, pretty much your mainstream media, they're just reporting on the big headlines that somebody's seeing, and they really don't even know what they're talking about in a way. A lot of them don't. You know what I mean? So it's kind of difficult to get the right information because it's not biased in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff going on.
Very
There's stuff going on in Turkey. There's stuff going on in South Korea. There's just a lot of things. There's a lot of variables happening. And so you've got the ETF that's lurking. You've got the flush that still has not taken place. Still has not taken place. So
right.
When you look at everything, it does not surprise
Chris,
me. What's that?
You want to tell them what the flush is?
I told them
In case they don't know.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
can.
All right. No problem. All
Yeah,
right.
I
Okay.
can.
No, I'm just.
But here's
Who's on here?
basically,
Let's see who's on here right now.
in a
Everybody
nutshell,
knows what the flush is. It's here. We're
I
good.
think so.
Sorry.
In a nutshell, basically, it's just an accounting type of system that will let us know how much of what's in the market is actually on the system and how much is being held privately. It sounds a lot more
Right.
deep than it really is. Um, at the end of the day, it's just it's
It's the
just
amount that's being
talk.
created versus the amount that's, right.
Yes,
Because I
yes.
mean, they put these big numbers out. Everything that goes through the system becomes the number, and then
Hmm.
they're going, "Wait a second, that's not a true number because this is all being created in the system. A lot of it's held back. It's in a safe somewhere, so to speak.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And so it's not online, not in the flow of things. It's being hoarded, kind of like you hoard gold. You know what I mean, or something, and not
Yes.
traded actively. That's what
Correct.
you know.
Correct. Correct. Very good. Very good. I love it when you're able
That.
to tell all that stuff like that. It just I get excited. It's good. It's good. So
I was missing.
no, you were right. Um, and
I
you weren't
was
guessing. I know when you're guessing. So when
yeah,
I when Joe and I talk about we're not surprised, or it really is sincere. We're not just saying that because we want to keep people's interest um, in Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. That's not it at all. We're saying that because we sincerely are not surprised at the cost and the price right now. Now that being said, do we look forward to it going up in the future? Well, absolutely. You know, and and
oh yeah.
it could happen
But now's
sooner
the time
than
to
we
buy.
think. It could happen sooner than we think. It could happen
Mm-hmm.
tonight. You don't know. It's just one of those things where when it's down like this and people's confidence is down, and you've got people that don't know a lot about the industry, don't know a lot about cryptocurrency, don't know a lot about Bitcoin, they get nervous, they start liquidating, they start selling off. It doesn't help the picture at all. Okay, so you can always tell
Good.
who your survivors are, right? Because your survivors, on a
That's
day like today, your survivors, if you ask them, hey, what's Bitcoin today, they don't know. They don't know because it's not important, because it's been down for as long as it's
yeah.
been down. And when it's down like that, they know that they're just supposed to hunker down and educate the masses the best that they can. And I believe that that's what we're doing. So I'm going to talk a little bit, Joe.
And it's down, but it's still not
Right. And
down.
that's down
It
is a
being down,
relative term.
yeah.
Down is a very
It's really not
relative
down.
term. Mm-mm.
It's worth 6,500 a point. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's not down. You know
No.
what I mean? It's really not, guys.
So,
It's all relative to things.
mhm.
What I was thinking we were going to see a little bit more movement in the smaller ends of the market. I really did. I thought a lot of things were going to jump up because of the lack of interest in Bitcoin at this moment. That people are going to go, okay, it's here, so let's put money over here. Because a lot of people don't really understand the whole buy the dip. I think. You
Right.
know what I mean? People want to buy it when they see it going up, and you're like, that's not the right time, really.
Don't
You
do
want to
it.
buy it at
Don't
its
do it.
lowest. I mean, that's just. But I mean, you got to get in whenever you can. If this is the lowest you've ever seen it, buy it. You know what I
Right.
mean? But guys, we're not at 4,500 or 5,500 or anything. It's at 6,500. It hasn't. They're really.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know. It's not low. Well, that's awesome.
Sorry about that, y'all. So,
But I was really thinking that a lot of the smaller things would take a big jump.
yeah.
But with this flush, now when it does flush, that's going to be really interesting. And if you're wondering why you do it, like why would you want it to do that? Why would
Right.
you want it to look okay, before the flush? The dude's on steroids, okay, and you're not getting the right thing. He's not really that big, and he's not really that strong. It's all water. It's
Mm-hmm.
water weight. It just makes you look that way. You want to flush it so you can, get it out the system and see a real number. And with them doing this, in my mind, it's happening because there's going to be a lot more large investment that goes, hey, we want a real number on this. If you got big hedge funds, investment funds, big banks, all this stuff, you know what I mean? They're
Correct.
going, okay, look, we need to know what we're really dealing with. and so we can see where to stake it. And that's a good thing. That's what will drive it up. You know what I mean?
It is a good
your
thing.
big
Most
solid
people don't
investments
realize
are
that.
going to drive it up.
Mm-hmm. It's a very good thing.
Yeah, but it is. I mean, it really is for our stability,
We don't want
long-term growth.
another fiasco like we had when we had the stakes go on. Okay, so when they did
Yeah,
when they
right.
came in and they bought the futures, look at what a disaster. Look at
Yeah,
what a creation that created. We don't want another one of those, and I don't think they do either. Because they know that they messed up on that. Like without a shadow of doubt, they know they messed up, and so I feel
yep.
like now the you could call it a reset, you could call it a flush, you could call it pretty much whatever makes you understand it the best. But I think now the flush that's going to come is mainly because they want to make sure that the numbers are right, like Joe said, and we've got some very big money. And they're standing honestly, y'all.
Yeah,
If you do your research, all of this is common knowledge. Okay, so if you do your research, you'll be able to verify what we're telling you. But there's some very big numbers, some very big investors standing on the sidelines, just waiting to jump in. Well, when they jump in, I'm going to tell you, you're going to wish you had a bought in this dip, because when it goes up again, it may stay up a while this time because of the investors that we're talking about.
yeah,
And these big investors, see, when you've got investors like Joe and I, or the guys that are in cryptogenics, or some of the smaller people, but when you've got people
yeah.
like that, big money, making big money is a smaller number. But when you've got these big guys standing on the sidelines and they're ready to throw in, okay, they want to make big money too.
Yeah,
So in order to make big money, their number's going to be a whole lot bigger. Trust me. So you can take that for what it's
Exactly.
worth, but it's going to be a whole lot bigger. I promise you that. Now, I think that to just to piggyback off what you said, Joe, about the smaller coins, you expected them to go up a little bit more.
Yeah,
If we weren't if we
a little
weren't
bit.
anticipating a flush, I believe that they probably would have. I think
Right.
one thing is affecting the other right now, and because in times past, as history has shown us, usually when Bitcoin is down like this, the other coins are up, and it's a good time for your day trading of your smaller coins,
Right.
right? So,
Yeah,
and
really.
I'm not talking about pump and dump, and a lot of people,
No.
they, and here's what I'm going to say about pump and dump. Okay, it is a way of investing. A lot of people do it. Does it affect
Mhm.
the long-term holders? Absolutely. Is it
Yeah.
is it a disadvantage to the ICO, the coin, the token, whatever? I believe it is, because you get this sharp
Yeah.
upward span, and then all of a sudden you get this
Yeah.
deep plummet. And quite honestly, if people would just go into something, when you read that white paper, you get a warm and fuzzy feeling, or you're like, this doesn't do anything for me, right? If you get a warm and fuzzy feeling, then obviously it's
Right.
something that you want to stay in. You're not going to get rid of all of it. If you're a true investor, you never get rid of all your coins ever, ever, ever. So, why would you want
Yeah.
to create a false alarm? Well, people want to create false alarms because they want to get rich quick. That's just the way it is. Are they going to continue to do it?
And
Absolutely.
and they're using a whole lot of somebody else's money too, usually.
Yes.
It's not their money that's going in it. Someone's running the thing, and it's kind of it's a little more complicated than, hey everybody, let's go buy Digibyte. Which, hey
Right.
guys, Digibyte's low right now. It'd be a good time to buy Digibyte,
If
honestly,
you're
because I
interested in
mean
Digibyte,
it always goes up to 4.
if you're interested in
And
Digibyte, today's a
that
good
it's
day.
about. It really would be a good day. That's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's just one of those things that I missed on it a while back. At 2, and then didn't get it. Then it was 4. Then it went back. Then it moved a little bit. And I was like, and so I'm ready to get back in it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay. And I've been watching it just a little bit, not real close, but I'll be honest with you. I've been kind of slow on trading stuff because everything that my money's in is not where I'm wanting it right now. So that's okay though. I don't really see that as much of a negative. Now, if I wanted to liquidate that money, I wouldn't see selling at a loss as a negative either at this point, because I'd be using it on something else. I'd putting it towards something positive, something that I see both. And if it doesn't matter if you lose $50 if you can make 150, you know what I mean? If it evens up, you got to and you got to figure those things, man. If you got something that's just tanking, you know what I mean? And it depends on how much money you got in it. Jump out of it, guys. It's okay to sell. Right. You know what I mean? When you're losing, it really is. Well, okay. And this is the thing: you're not going to win every time. It's a game number. It's a numbers game. It's all works on probabilities. And percentages. So you may have one thing that goes up 47%, but you may have 3 other things that all go down 10. But you're still up.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're still up 17%. So that's not necessarily bad. You know what I mean? You're still gaining. Like, well, I lost over here and I lost over here. Well, that's okay. You picked the wrong duck. Big deal. You know what I mean? But you got that one that's a superstar, so go with it.
Right.
If you want to be really stable about it and really cautious, go with all the big stuff. Buy your Tron, buy your Digi, things like that. If you want to take some risk, do a little gambling, buy your all sport coin. You know what I mean? You're like, wow, that's high. I'm gonna buy it. I like what they're doing. Then it tanks, but oh well. You know what I mean? But don't ever risk more than you can lose. Like if that coin bottomed out at 0 and you didn't catch it, and you lost all the money you put in that, don't let it be enough to hurt you. You know what I mean? Not in this little investment thing. You know what I mean? Any real money you put into anything, it would be my suggestion. And once again, I'm not an advisor. You know what I mean? To bury it in the ground. Get a coffee can. I'm just kidding. No, but go with your your big investment money should go to Bitcoin. I mean, it really should. Or maybe even Ethereum. You know what I mean? Go with your big ones.
Speaking of Bitcoin and Ethereum,
I can't hear you, buddy.
I said, speaking of Bitcoin and Ethereum,
we Ethereum for T-shirts.
Yes, sir. People are able to buy their shirts. They're able to buy their shirts with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and U.S. dollars, as well as use their credit card if they need to. We have the ability to do that as well. And look, y'all, the shirts, we bring up the shirts because we have a deadline. Okay, so we want everybody to, if you're interested in shirts, these are the Kryptogenics Core 5 approved shirts. Okay, so they're not, they're not just thrown together or anything. What we're doing is approved. It's the only ones that have been approved. Yep, they are the only ones that have been approved by the Core 5. And at this particular point, we're the only place that you can get them. Now, we don't say that to brag. We say that to inform people that, Kryptogenics does not want every mama and daddy and brother and sister and uncle and aunt out there making their own shirts, okay? Or having their own shirts made up and then you guys selling them. That's not cool, okay? Yeah. At this point, they would like to be very controlled. They would like to be very controlled, and they would like to, they wouldn't like to. Beware. They are demanding that they have say over what's being made and what's not being made. So just so you guys know, they're the official shirts, and the
I'm just going to tell you right now, if you don't buy the T-shirts, you won't get the polos.
The cool part about that,
I'm good at business because I don't lose money.
The good part about that, or the cool part about that, is that we are with the company and we're within the company, and therefore we have a vested interest in putting out something that's of quality and something that's going to last and something that everybody's going to be happy with. Okay, so we would like to. Our anticipation is to close out the first run with the t-shirts, and then our very next run is going to be the original polos. So we did the original t-shirt, okay? So the design that you see on the t-shirt, we're calling that the original, okay? And so the polo will come, the first polo that comes out will be
That's
the
not what.
original polo.
But it won't necessarily be that design. It won't necessarily be the same design.
No.
You know what I mean?
No,
that,
it's just the first one.
I'm still whether it's going to be embroidered or not.
Right.
Yeah, as in the original, the first one, not the
Correct. The original.
But like I'm telling you, if the order doesn't go through, it's not going to happen. Period. You know what I mean? I'll make me all the shirts I want, but you know what I mean. But to sell them, I got to be able to. I can't make 5 shirts. It just doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? That's just not the way it works. But, I'm sorry, you got to order a bunch. You know, and I don't need to be stuck with shirts. I mean, plain and simple.
Here's the.
And I don't want to hawk them across the country either.
Here's the.
So, I'm just saying, it's not really an ultimatum, but it's like, well, if I can't afford to get the first thing done, how the hell am I going to afford to get the second one done? You know what I mean? To me, it is still a business. You know what I mean? If a business doesn't work, you close it. It's just that simple. You know, I mean, business advice.
So here's the thing, you know, we want to be able to deliver the best product. Okay. And so Joe's worked with the young lady over there at the company that we decided to use, right? And hey, Valerie, good to see you this afternoon. She is telling us that, you know, if we can bring her more orders, then they will start unlocking more frills, more or less. Okay. So we'll be able to do more stuff at the same prices. And that's important, y'all, because nobody wants to pay a premium price for something. Okay. Nobody wants to pay a premium price for something. They want to pay a good price for a good quality product. And, you know, they want to feel like they got the best they could get for their money. And so, you know, what Joe and I were talking about was we were looking for an order somewhere between 75 and 80 shirts. That's what we're shooting for. Now, here's the thing. Joe and I can pay for those ourselves. What the hell are we going to do with all those shirts? We can only wear one at a time. Okay. So, you know, it's not an advantage. It is not an advantage for us to buy all the shirts and sit on them so that we can get to the second set of shirts. Because if we didn't get support on the first set of shirts, then who's going to buy the second set of shirts? Just that simple. So I know everybody is.
And this is the thing. We're not. This isn't something. Sorry. Go ahead. There's a bad lag again, I guess. I don't know.
What were you saying, sir?
Oh, what I was saying was, this isn't. We didn't go get like one of the things that pop up on the internet and all that stuff. That's not what we did. You know what I mean? We went the real route, not the.
You mean we didn't pay $10 for these shirts?
You know what I mean? Like, no, you can't pay $10 for shirts anyway. Sorry, guys. Look at all of them. They got $9.99 polos with your logo on them. Yeah, I looked at that one too. No, that's not the case, buddy. $9.99 if you buy 100 of them. You know what I mean? You know, so well, no, and they're still not even. That's not even true. And the thing is, where we're at on our shirts is to get our logos, because they have to be the KGX approved ones. There's 6 and 7 color logos. So you see all these shirts and you're going, oh, you can get that shirt for $12. Yeah, you can get a 3-color shirt for $12. That's a really crappy t-shirt, or it's one of those real heavy ones. Look, thin t-shirts are more expensive than thick t-shirts. It makes no sense to me. You know, but you get an 8-ounce shirt that's, you know, a 1/2 inch thick, uncomfortable, fits terribly. You know what I mean? You go down to your 5.3s, they fit better, look better, they're better shirts. You know what I mean? They just really are. They're more comfortable. They're soft. You know, but we have 7 color. It's either 6 or 7 colors. I can't remember. And I was like, really?
6, I think.
And I thought about trying to knock it down to 3 colors, but I can't. I have approved logos that I can use. That's it. Like, you know, we really are a company. You know what I mean? So I can't just go make something that I want. I can't go get my magic marker and write on a shirt KGX and there we go and sell it. That's not the case. I got to stick with everything like it is. So that's where you're getting the prices difference. Like I'm paying for inks, it's like, oh, so it's basically double everything, more or less. The shirts really aren't the big expense. Shirts don't cost crap, really. It's all the printing that they charge you for. And
Right.
that's just the way it goes,
Right.
But I do
Yeah.
have a manufacturer that I can go to the place. I can watch the shirts be made. I can lay my hands on them. I know what product I'm going to get. I'm not staring blindly at something. You know what I mean? Going, oh, well, I guess it's going to look good. No. Oh, you know what I mean? I just don't do things like that. Like if it's not going to be something good, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I mean, I can probably put $12 shirts out. You know what I mean? But you're not going to like them. You know what I mean? You're not going to look good in them, I don't think. And so I don't see the point in doing it if you don't look good. Why look like crap representing your company? You know what I mean?
And here's the thing, Joe. To me, part of what we're paying for, and I'm looking at this from a business standpoint, but part of what we're paying for is the ability and the relationship that we have with the company. And should we run into something, let's just say a shirt doesn't hold up, it goes through the wash or something. I mean, God forbid, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm using that as an example, but let's just say that were to happen. We have, or I should really say Joe has, the relationship with the lady that she's not going to question nothing. It's going to be, okay, let's get this fixed, and it's going to be fixed. And that's part of what we pay for, okay, is the relationship and the open door policy and being able to negotiate, and it is a back and forth thing, because here's the funny thing that you guys don't know, right? Like Joe will go and talk to the lady, and he'll come back and he'll assemble an email to me that says this, and it'll have pictures and links and all this stuff. And then I'll go back to him and say, well, I like this one, but I would really like it better at this price, and I want this color, and see if she can do X, Y, Z. So then he's got to go back again, right? Because I'm listening to all of you guys, and I'm being the devil's advocate. I'm listening to everybody, and I'm going back to Joe and saying, hey, can we do this, and this? And so then he's going back to the lady, and it's just a back and forth process, okay? Luckily, it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes for you to drive if you have to go there, Joe?
30, 35 minutes. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yep. So it's
not far at all.
Worst.
It's
not the worst. Mm-hmm. It's not the worst. No. So here we go. No worries. So KGX updates. Well, we've been talking about the shirts. The shirts are official. They are on the blog. They have been approved by KGX. And that's what I'm going to say about that. Now, also, additionally, there was some training this past Saturday that was done by Mark J. and Mike Boggs. That training was phenomenal. If you were on it, I know that your jaw dropped. And if you weren't on it, that's okay. We got the replay up for you guys as fast as we could, and I got that up this morning. I did not have the what's the word I'm looking for? I did not have the link to provide for everybody to get it up sooner, so I apologize. I put it up as quickly as I could. Go to the blog, grab that if you didn't get a chance to. Also, I would really recommend that if you've got some team players out there that just need a little extra oomph or just a little pat on the back. I see people. Oh, hey, Brandon. Hey, Dane. A little pat on the back or a little extra oomph. I would definitely slide them that link and make sure that they watch that training. There's going to be another training this coming Saturday and another one the Saturday after. It's a 3-part training, guys. Okay, and it's all being done by Mike and Mark. Mm-hmm. And next week, this coming week, I should say, this coming Saturday, they alluded to giving out some information that I don't think anybody's going to want to miss. So everybody be on that for that. Additionally, let's see. Brandon was in, I want to say he was in Chicago. Is that right, Brandon? Say yes or no. And yeah, it was Chicago. I'm sorry. I've slept, Brandon. Forgive me, buddy. If you missed the recording, if you missed his practice run that he did for KGX paid members only, I would recommend that you grab that as well. I enjoyed that immensely. I took a lot of notes from that. I think that his event that he attended and was part of in Chicago went very, very well. After that, y'all, I don't believe we have anything else on the blog this morning. to talk about, but I know there'll be some things coming very, very soon. Miss Keene has been alluding to some big things happening, or some big results and or information that should be coming out this week with the green. So everybody be looking for that. I'm sorry.
Isn't it about time for all the numbers to come out?
I
On the mining
cannot
rigs?
say.
They should be out.
I don't know.
I know.
Maybe that's what she's talking about. I don't know.
But with the date, date-wise, it should be about.
We should be getting close, I would say.
Just so everybody knows, date-wise, it should be about for that person.
Yes. And so I know that
I didn't know what you're talking about. But the numbers that there's been 30 days of run, so they can post the numbers now.
I'm in the dark. I don't know exactly. I don't know. I'm in the dark.
Oh, I know you're in the dark. I'm just telling you.
I am. I am anxiously awaiting to see what they're going to be talking about there too, as everyone is. So that's a good thing. Also, I'm being told unofficially that as soon as the API goes live with KGX and Green, you will log into your back office, and as soon as you log into your back office, if you have purchased one of our green machines or multiples of our green machines, you'll be able to see it right there in your back office. So that is fantastic. So, everybody is going to be happy. Everybody's going to be looking forward to this week. This is a good week. Let's make the best of it. Let's grow KGX. Let's grow our teams. And for whatever reason, if you've been waiting to pull the trigger on Bitcoin or other coins, you just gotta pull your trigger. Okay. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is a short Monday. We all have things we got to catch up with and get done, and we probably need to cut it short today. Hey Joe, you got anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
Yeah, I got kind of an important announcement. I won't be available on Saturdays if OU's playing. I mean, I really won't, because I have to watch those games. I pay a lot of money to watch those games. So the
official, unofficial is you won't be available on Saturdays. We love you guys. Thank you so much
during
for coming.
College football season, most likely.
Yes.
Unless the game's not televised, they are.
Dane, API is the technology.
Question, the answer I'll have for you is
API is the technology that's being used, Dane, in order
for our
platform to talk to their platform. And so when those two can talk to each other and get the same responses, we will be able to put that in the back office, and you'll be able to see what's going on. Okay. So that'll be great. Aloha to our Hawaii folks, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Hey guys, we need to do this. Look, we need to get over and throw the football. Look like I'm throwing the football, and then you catch one. Like have somebody in the room throwing to you. Like, how'd that happen?
Right?
The magic.
Talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody.
Right.